Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update is next. Coming up, a big breakthrough in the legal action against drug companies that contributed to this country's opioid crisis.
How diet might play a factor in depression among young people.
Now, which do you prefer, ebooks or the feel of paper in your hands? It's a question that we'll look into.
And a sign of the time, the last music story in the haze is conclusion down. All that and more coming up on Urban Nights Update next.
Hi there, thanks for joining us at Academy of Art University's Urban Nights Update. I'm Ryan Gamboa, and Selena Arjona Alcazar is sitting in with me. And this is what's happening. Big advancements this Monday morning in the nation's opioid epidemic. 4 major pharmaceutical companies reached a settlement totaling $260 million to 2 counties in Ohio. This is the first of 2,700 plaintiff community cases awaiting trial. Prosecutors claim the drug companies have caused opioid addiction by aggressively promoting the sales of prescription painkillers. Defending companies strongly dispute allegations made by the 2 counties, stating that they are not at fault. The companies expect settlement funds to support initiatives to combat the opioid crisis in America. Attorney generals in 4 states are ready to see communities get the help they need while dealing with this crisis.
What you eat could affect how you feel. A new study found that if you cut down of processed food for a 3-week period, it could lower the symptoms of depression in younger adults. That, according to the research at Macquarie University, changing the way you eat can be helpful in managing depression during critical periods of development. Adults who received the dietary guide from a registered diet were told that eat a modified Mediterranean-style diet and reduce the sugar, fatty, or processed meat intake.
An amazing video going viral shows the happy ending to what could have been a school tragedy. A student came to school in Portland, Oregon with a shotgun, and his coach disarmed him with a bear hug, and it was actually caught on video, and here's the footage from the security cameras at the high school. Keanan Lowe coaches football and track at the school and works as a security guard. He was named a hero after the incident. In the video, Lowe is seen hugging the student and taking the gun away from him and handing it to another person. The student is 19 and pled guilty to 1 count of unlawful possession of a firearm in a public building, and he was sentenced to 3 years probation and is receiving treatment for mental health issues and substance abuse. Beginning next January, there will be mental health days for public school students in Florida. The state legislature just passed a bill that would allow students to take days off for mental health reasons. Supporters of the movement say that studies indicate the mental health of teens and young adults has suffered dramatically in the past decade. Florida would allow 1 mental health day per semester as an excused absence. And Florida's Board of Education unanimously voted in July to require schools to offer at least 5 hours of mental health instruction to students in 6th through 12th grades every year. This will go into effect on January 14th, 2020.
Students and graduates may be drowning in college loans debt, but that's not stopping administrators from luxury vacations. Over 100 Sallie Mae employees had 5 days of expensive paid vacation to Hawaii. According to the NBC Nightly News report, executives and members of the Sallie Mae sales team stayed at the Fairmont Resort on Mays Whales Beach. They were in Hawaii to celebrate their record years of $5 billion in college loans. They claim that Sallie Mae employees have been taking such a trip since the community was established in 1970.
Books or ebooks, the never-ending debate on which is better. To give us an all update of what is doing better, we have Gabriel Manitok in San Francisco.
Print or digital, one is going up and the other going down. It looks like our ebook era is coming to an end. According to the American Booksellers Association, sales in bookstores have gone up 5% since 2017. Ebooks, on the other hand, are going downhill, dropping almost $2 billion in sales in the last 3 years. Why is this happening? We spoke to Stanford University library staff Ian Chipeco to tell us his experiences with this.
most of the people I see going inside the library have their MacBooks or their iPads with them, and they'll have a physical book with them too. I see most of the people also reading mostly the hardcover books. You know, I don't go up to them and ask, why do you read that? But I just see that people have been traditionally using books as learning material, also for leisure.
But what do people really have to say about this? Do they prefer books to ebooks? Let's take a look.
I would rather have an ebook than a normal book because, first of all, it's more accessible and portable. It's way better to have one single gadget and have all of your books there rather than having 3 different kinds of books in your bag.
I prefer ebooks just because you can Command F and look up whatever it is that you want to look up, and you can find it in 2 seconds instead of flipping through pages and trying to find it. I'm lazy.
How much is that?
Whether it be books or ebooks, people have advantages and disadvantages both ways. With bookstore sales going up, we shall see if there are more students like Carlo and Zora who still prefer ebooks. Like they always say, you can never have it one way. In San Francisco, Gabriel Manitok for Urban Nights Update.
Over the past few years, the book industry has definitely gone up. According to Statista.com, 675 million print books were sold last year in the U.S. alone, and ebooks are bringing in billions in revenue. Now, the unemployment rate in the Bay Area fell to a record low. According to the State Employment Department, 800 jobs were added last month by the 9-county region, and this is the first time in a year that the Bay Area's monthly job gains were below 1,000.
Today we have a special guest with us, foreign traveler from Korea. It is a big trend to live in foreign country for a month among Asian travelers. Minjin Kim joined us with a Miriam Song, who barely decided to live here in San Francisco for a month to experience American culture.
Thank you. I'm here with Miriam San, who's living in America for a month to experience American culture. Hi, Miriam San.
Hi.
Hi. So how are you?
Good.
So I heard it is big trend to live in other countries for a month in your country and other Asian country.
Yes.
So why do you think it is a big trend in your country to live in other countries?
I think people need time for themselves. Just forget about everything and be relationship. And other.
Okay. So what is your reason to decided to live here?
I never had time for myself. I was always working, no free time. One day I decided to quit my job and live.
So you quit your job and
Yes.
live here?
This is my second time living in other country for months.
Oh, so you've been other countries too?
Yeah.
Where?
Saipan.
Saipan. You've been Saipan for living there for a month?
Yes.
How was it?
It's
Pretty
nice.
different Okay, I think it was not an easy decision to decided to live here for a month.
No, it was actually easy. I'm doing other one because I love myself.
Okay, that's great. You love yourself. Okay, so is there any difficulties you're having here?
Only one thing bothers me is I miss Korean food.
You miss Korean food?
Yes.
Kimchi?
Yes.
You miss kimchi?
Yes.
Kimchi soup?
Yeah.
Actually, they have a nice restaurant at 707 Sutter.
Oh.
I can bring you there.
Oh, thank you.
So would you recommend this to other people to live other countries or America for a month?
Of course. You can experience local vibe and culture. It is eye-opening experience. You can refresh yourself.
Refresh yourself. So are you enjoying everything so far?
Yeah.
You've been here, you said 2 weeks, right?
Oh, yes.
Almost 2 weeks, and you have like 2 weeks more left?
Small.
Just a little bit? Oh, okay. I hope you enjoy rest of your time here in San Francisco.
Okay.
And thank you for interview.
Thank
and
you.
back to you.
Thank you, Minjin. It's one thing to be visiting a new country for a month, but what about going to a new country to start a new life? Rabah Huali travels to Angel Island, where so many people spent time in detention.
From 1910 to 1940, about 1 million immigrants sailed across the Pacific Ocean to start a new life in America. The first place they stepped on before being admitted to the mainland was on Angel Island.
If the land of the flowery flag should become ours in turn, this wooden building will be left for the Angel's Revenge.
Most of them being Chinese and Japanese, they all had to go through the immigration station. They sacrificed their lives for their families, and once here, they had to endure examinations and confinement.
I, a 7-foot man, am ashamed I cannot extend myself. Curled up in an enclosure, my movements are dictated by others.
Bringing their belongings to America allowed them to always keep their culture close to them. Poetry was also a way to express their feelings, as 150 Chinese poems are engraved on these wooden walls. Volunteer guide William Wario tells us more about them.
They're expressive of their feelings about being confined, about being homesick, about being a little confused about the process here.
Here is a poem talking about being admitted to the mainland.
Departing far from this building, all of my fellow villagers are rejoicing with me. Don't say that everything within is Western style. Even if it is built of jade, it has turned into a cage.
But not only he is volunteering as a guide on the island, he also has a personal story that helps us understand why he loves the island so much.
The reason I'm here giving the tours is I'm married into a Chinese family, and my grandmother-in-law, my wife's grandmother, was held here for 5 weeks in 1926. And before she died, she told me what it was like. So she was having to flee a regional civil war in China at the time. Her life was in danger just staying there, so she had to get out.
But they still had a life in there. They had access to newspaper, they could play doubles in ping pong, they could match pairs of tiles in mahjong, and they could dance to the 1920s America's most popular jazz songs. On Angel Island, it was Rabah Huali for your Urban Nights update.
If you love hiking, biking, or just want to feel the immigration station atmosphere, this would be a good idea for your weekend. Ferries can get you there from Pier 41 and Tiburon.
Now we're about to take a look and see what Matt Sanchez has for us in the last day in the sports segment this week.
Academy of Art Fall Sports is in mid-season. Here with Urban Nights Update, we have you covered with the latest ArtU news. ArtU Volleyball is having a great season so far. They not only secured another win the road against Fresno Pacific, but several of their players also took their career records. Outside hitter Ashley Pollock, who got named Defender of the Week, and right side Sadie Emery, who broke a career hitting record. They both know what it takes to have a winning season.
I think, so our team goal is to win our pod. So Fresno Pacific, Holy Names, Notre Dame, and Dominican. So that's our goal, and we are currently 4 wins right now, and we have 5 more to get. So I think that's our team goal, and I think we just have that mindset of that we need to win, no matter what it takes. So I think that's a really good goal for us, and I think we're accomplishing it.
Yeah, I think for me, I mean, being in a new position and being another new coach, I think it's surprising for all of us. I think the new changes and what we've kind of faced, and I think we've come into it like stronger than we have before, and it's been working out for us in the best way possible.
Oh, for sure. Her on the opposite, she went off.
Yeah. I don't know, I felt like I almost had like to prove myself in that position because it's new, and I don't know, just to go after it and have fun doing so.
Yeah.
It's the biggest part. I think we're having a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And while keeping serious and still playing our game, which I think is really working out.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't even know that we were hitting career high stats. Like, I was just like, whoa. Yeah. After the game, that's when we noticed.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. We were all working together. We're all working hard. And I think it really shows that it takes a team it takes a team. Not one can just win a game, you know? Yeah. And it takes all of us for us to get that win, especially a good win. It was fun.
Women's tennis team is coming off a record-breaking season where they have ranked as high as 6th in the country. Here they are having fun at an alumni get-together. Let's take a look and see what they do as a team.
So it's six people. It's gonna be 3 in the front, 3 in the back. Okay? You got it? It's gonna be crazy. So make sure you guys don't see each other in the face.
If you would like to follow the Academy of Art Athletics, visit the school's homepage or download the ArtU app for Apple or Android. That's it for your Urban Nights Sports Update. I'm Matt Sanchez here in San Francisco. Back to you.
Thanks, Matt. Now for a special treat. Gabe Manitok, a member of the men's golf at the university, has some tips on how you sink putts on the links.
Hey guys, welcome to Golf Tips with Gabe. Today I'm going to teach you the perfect mechanics of a putt. First things first is how to hold the club. So imagine just you're shaking the person's hand when you're left and you're right. So you just do this and this. And you want your pointer over these 3 fingers. But don't cover the right pointer. Just put it over the 3 fingers and then you just put your 2 thumbs on top of each other. It should look something like this. Next I'm going to show you how to stand. So once you got the grip like this, you want your stance about shoulder width apart. And then you want a small bend from the waist, and then you just bend with the knees a little bit to release the tension. So it should look something like this. So once you got the stance and the grip, let's try to hit some putts. So you stand to the ball, shoulder width, little bend from the waist, release the tension from the knees, and grip it. Remember the pointer over 3 fingers, and just start to roll some putts. Remember the key is you don't want any tension in your hands, and you want your hands to act as if they're not doing anything. You want your shoulders to lead the motion. So just grip it super light and just let your shoulders rock. One more time. Once you master all of that, the key is now just to get the reps in. It's just like any other sport. You don't want to do too much thinking while you're competing or in a tournament. So the more you practice, the more your muscles will get used to it. And the probably a good amount is about 30 minutes to an hour a day. I mean, you can probably start with that and just start building. So yeah, just go out on a course and just hit some putts with the mechanics I told you. And remember, just think about keeping everything else loose. You don't want any tension.
Michael Gargiulo, better known as the Hollywood rapper, is facing a death penalty. According to the DA's office, he was found guilty of 2 counts of first-degree murder, 1 count of willful, plus an attempt of murder and attempt to escape. One of these victims was stabbed 47 times at her own house. The second one was his neighbor, who was killed and mutilated, and his last victim was looking to survive, but he was still badly injured. There is a video that is going viral around all social media. The video shows Lady Gaga falling off the stage at her last Enigma show in Las Vegas. This happened when one of her fans was invited to the stage to dance with her. The singer jumped into his arms that caused him lose his balance and fall off the stage with Lady Gaga on his arms. Gaga was helped back on the stage. She didn't seem disturbed about it. Afterwards, she was trying to console her upset fan, bringing him back to the stage and giving him a big hug.
Netflix added slightly more paying subscribers than Wall Street expected in the third quarter. For the first time in 8 years, Netflix lost U.S. streaming customers and missed targets for new subscribers overseas. Netflix's shares have rose 8.7% in after-hours trading. Netflix will face new competition starting in November from Disney Plus, a streaming service stocked with movies and TV shows from Disney's beloved Marvel, Star Wars, and other shows. Now, for all you Disney fans, starting November 12th, we'll be streaming live. Disney tweeted a link where you can easily sign up in advance for either $6.99 a month or $69.99 for a year. This will be available on the Disney Plus app, and this will show everything that you are interested in, from classics like Star Wars to Marvel's own Iron Man. Tune in and check out the new Disney live streaming to see what all the hype is about. With the holidays coming just around the corner, it's time for you to relax and let the kids enjoy. Gabe Manicock tells us about the latest movies coming out and what's going on in the entertainment world.
Welcome to this week's entertainment segment. We have a great lineup of movies ahead of you. Not scary ones, folks. This is for you and your partner to unwind after a long day with the family. First up is Love is Blind, a movie about a girl who did not have a relationship with her mother because she could not see her even though they lived together. She later falls in love and is not able to see what is in front of her.
Seeing is believing. So I'd expect you to roll your eyes if I went and told you about a girl that believes her mother is dead simply because she can't see her.
I thought I saw my mom this morning. Her watching me from a bedroom window.
I would like to introduce you to Russell.
Okay, when will he be here? Who are you talking to?
Can she not see me?
This is selective perception, based entirely in the mind. You see only what you want to see, when you want to see.
I'm in love with this girl. Maybe there is some magic in the real world after all.
Another one you can't miss is Star Wars: The Rise of the Skywalker. With the trailer coming out this week, the last film of 3 trilogies was said to have a fulfilling ending. To tell us more about this, here's what director J.J. Abrams had to say.
I feel that the story that we told, the goal for this movie, the job was to end not just this trilogy, and not even just to make a standalone film, though of course it needs to work in that way too, but to end, 9 films, 3 trilogies. And so the job was to look at all of them, including 8, and ask ourselves, what is the inevitability? Where is this going? There have been a lot of ideas since the beginning, since George first came up with this, of where things could go. We had a meeting with him before we even, wrote the script about this.
To give you guys a better idea, here's a short clip.
We've passed on all we know. A 1,000 generations live in you now.
Another perfect one for the holidays is Last Christmas. This rom-com starring Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding will definitely cozy up your holidays.
Look, okay, it's not my fault.
I bet nothing's ever your fault, is it, darling?
What?
You have thrown away your life working in some silly Christmas shop.
Baby, don't cry.
Hey, Elf!
This is my little helper.
I have nicknamed her Lazy the Elf because she appears never to work.
Father, Holy Christmas, get me out of here.
What?
Jesus, where'd you come from?
Well, what are you looking at?
Might be a falcon.
Oh,
There you have it, folks. I hope those films will make your holidays even better. Now, let's take a look at what to look out for in the Bay Area this next few weeks. I have good news for you Harry Potter fans. The play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child will be at the Current Theatre from October 23 to May 17 of next year. This will be featuring Harry Potter as an adult. A variety of films and plays to watch this coming holidays, so you guys better check them out. See you guys next time.
Thank you, Gabe. One of the most iconic music stores at Haight-Ashbury is closing down at the end of October. Due to demographical changes, the owner decided to close his store. At Haight-Ashbury, Minjin Kim picks up the story.
Masa Production is the owner of Haight-Ashbury Music Center. He runs his business nearly 40 years from the 1970s.
I like being here. It's like I basically lived 60% of my life in this store. I started when I was 30 years old. I'm 70 years old. So 40 years out of the 70 years is a long time.
In 1976, he hitchhiked from his native country, Iran, to San Francisco. After he settled, he bought a music store called Chicken That Sing Music and renamed it Haight-Ashbury Music Center.
However, the store is closing end of this October.
As my business went down, the rent went up. So if you look at it, this is what I'm making and the expenses is here. And when I'm making less and the expenses goes up, eventually, you get to the point that you're losing money. So I decided I'm not gonna stay.
Now, this iconic independent music store is preparing for its last journey. From acoustic guitar to music notes, everything is on sale in this store. In the past few years, rent costs in San Francisco have increased with the growth of tech companies. The major customers of the Haight-Ashbury, artists and musicians, left the city because of the high cost of living. Due to demographical change, more and more stores are closing in this area. In recent years, 3 shops have closed and there is 15 empty stores. As more vacancies are expected, residents are worrying about losing its past glory.
His store is closing down as of October 27th, but he will continue his business in Redwood City.
And that was of this edition of Academy of Art University Urban News Update. I'm Selena Arjona Alcazar.
And I'm Ryan Gamboa. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here next time.